how many of you want to grow in your career? Say I and type in I in the chat section. Uh-huh. You know what? Universe is watching you. So whatever you say, whatever you do, your purest intention should be in place. How many of you believe in the power of universe? Yes. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, the universe is watching you, my dear friend. I am a strong believer of how the universe works because universe had a purpose why we are all together. Yes or no? Yes or no? And how many of you dream to speak on a stage? Type in me in the chat section. Yes, I want people who genuinely want to do it, not just daydreamers, but the yes of us in the near future. I'm going to be on that stage and be heard. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Great. However, I would love to know from you, what has been your biggest challenge? Take a moment to look at the last few years, last few decades of your life, of your career, where you could not speak, where you could not express yourself, where you had an opportunity, but something stopped you from within. I would love to know what has been your biggest challenge. And mind you, as you write it down, take a pen and in your notebook, write it down that, okay, what challenge you are facing. Sometimes we think, I am a bit weak in my skills of communication. I am not good in my skills of communication. No, let's go a level deeper and understand what is the exact challenge, right? Let's have a look at the chat section. What challenge do people face? For example, if Sandeep R says, I go blank. So if you also go blank, make a note of that. Yes, even I go blank. I need to improve this. For example, Chetan says, sweaty hands. If you also have a similar challenge, make a note of it. Brijesh says, I don't get flow of words. Suresh says, introvert, shy, and fear of judging. Have a look, folks. Have a look. The chat section is a gold mine as of now to help you understand that, yes, even I face a similar challenge, because my goal in this masterclass is that, first of all, we are aware of the challenges. Number one, being aware. And number two, we address as many challenges as possible. Sounds good? Becoming nervous, lack of confidence, getting stuck. I get that. I get that. Now, the agenda is quite simple, as I said, how to become a confident speaker rather than being an average speaker. Now, what's the difference? An average speaker is someone who goes for a meeting, goes for a presentation, but does not speak much. The other person goes ahead, gives the presentation, gets the applause, gets the visibility, and you remain stuck. That's being a confident speaker, right? So the agenda to become a confident speaker is, number one, I'll be sharing with you 3 secrets to overcome fear of being judged. Now, majority of us have this challenge. How do we do that? I'll help you understand. Second, I'll share with you 3 strategies to avoid going blank while speaking. So if you also have a similar challenge, this will be a gold mine for you. I'll share with you 4 techniques to avoid sounding boring, sounding monotonous. How many people know that? That yes, how do I sound more engaging whenever I have to speak in front of people? Yes. And lastly, I'll share with you 4 hacks to not look awkward. That is body language. That is the order in which we will move as we go deeper into this masterclass. Now, there are some ground rules which you need to adhere to. Please be aware of it. Number one, you'll have lot of amazing insights coming your way. So please make a note of it. You should have a notebook for yourself. You will remember this day for a long time, right? Number 2, focus. Tell your loved ones at home, that mom, dad, brother, sister, husband, wife, kids, whosoever, friends around, that do not disturb. Today you are busy with yourself. No social media, no distractions. Can we commit, folks? Else there is no point. You join in, you leave, you join in, you leave, you will miss on things, right? We are here together till at least 12:30 to 1 p.m. So block your calendar, no distractions, come what may. Clear? If you do that, I'll reward you. That's my promise. How? I'll give you access to two of my live training videos. One is on small talk and the other one is on leading office conversations. I'll review the list of the attendees who are there with me till the end, and only to those folks I'll extend these two bonuses. So it's both ways. You commit, I commit. Clear? Number 3, whatever questions you have, please make a note of it at your side and ask me once the training part gets over. Towards the end of the masterclass, we have a 15 to 20 minutes of the Q&A where you can ask me questions around this masterclass. Clear? And if you think that, hey, is this for me? Then yes, my dear friend, irrespective of where you come from, what is your educational background, what is your age, barely matters. This masterclass has been attended by a 7-year-old and a 73-year-old. That has been the age gap. And I'm sure to be a massive value for you as we go deeper. And lastly, I request, be kind to everyone. Can we expect that? You need to have patience. You all need to have patience. Things are connected as you look backwards. Yes or no? Heard of it? So I know what I'm doing. So you ought to trust the process. You ought to have patience. You're like, hey, what is this? No, just relax, take a deep breath in and let go. Everyone, okay, do it again. Everyone, take a deep breath in and let go. Be kind to everyone. Do not spam the chat, else we'll have to ask you to leave because it's a learning environment. You should not be disturbing anyone. Sounds good. Are we good to go, folks? Type in GTG. Type in GTG, Divas. Yes, it's a live session. I am live. How do I prove you that I'm live? It's like 10:10 as of now. Can you see that? Yeah. It's 10:10, 10th of March, Sunday. Should I like dance? Yes, I'm live. Yes, I'm live. Yes, I'm live. Interesting. All right. So in my experience of training lakhs of people from across 14 plus countries, I came up with 3 of the most common reasons which might stop someone from speaking in public. Please make a note of it. Number 1 is FOBJ. Now, irrespective of whether you are a junior level, middle level, or senior level executive, irrespective of where you come from, I've seen this, that FOBJ impacts every single individual. This is something which will hold you back from expressing yourself. I'm talking about fear of being judged. That whenever you have to speak in front of people, you're like, what will they say? What if they laugh at me? I'm not sure, Devas. Happens. That's the number 1 thing. Now, I'll talk about it in detail, that how do you overcome fear of being judged with practical strategies, right? But let's be aware that yes, this is one big challenge which I face, right? Now, one question to you, should you judge anyone? Should you judge anyone? Yes, no? No, right? But the reality is from the last 10 minutes, you all have been judging me. You have been judging me based upon the way I'm dressed up, the way I speak, the way I look, the background, whatever. You all have been judging me, and that's a reality. The challenge is when you judge yourself, people will judge you. Please make a note of it. This is a golden nugget which will change your perspective. People will judge you. The challenge is when you judge yourself. People will throw remarks at you. The problem is, how do you get affected by it? I'll share the strategies to overcome this block. Don't worry, but just go step by step, step by step, step by step. The second is LOC. Now, I was made to think that how can some people be so confident? Have you seen some people who speak so well, who are so confident? And I said this to myself. He's a born speaker. Have you said that? How many of you have said that somewhere that, oh, he's a natural speaker. Oh, it comes easily to him or her. Yes. I'm a father to a 10-month-old, and I can say with experience that only babies are born. Here's my little one out here with me on my desk. Only babies are born. Speakers are not born. Speakers are made. Speakers are made. Come on, everyone. Public speaking is not a talent that you are born with. It is a skill that you can learn. Everyone, get this thing very right. Else, we all live with this block. I think there is something missing in me. I'm not designed that ways. No, absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Are we clear? So, where do you get the confidence from? LOC, lack of confidence. Where do you get this from? Do you remember when you were trying to ride a bicycle? You used to hold the handle like this, your legs on the pedal, trying to balance. Do you remember that time? And if anyone comes in front of you, you'll be like, hey, 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 get away, get away, get away, tring, 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 get away, get away, get away. Yes or no? That was back then in your childhood. But today, you have one hand over here, one of the steering, you say, yeah, on the way, just 2 minutes. Okay, okay, bye, 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 yeah. Happens. You're so confident. You are so confident. Yes or no, folks? What has changed? What has changed? You have done that thing again and again and again under the right guidance. Maybe you had a driving school instructor or your father or your brother, sister, mother, friend who was teaching you, and that's how you built confidence. Every master was once a disaster. Are we clear? I don't want you to live with this baggage, with this block that something is missing. It is a learnable skill. Clear? And third reason what might stop you from speaking in public is NFT. There is no formal training. Unfortunately, we all come from a place where our focus in our school was just grades, marks, rote learning. We were never taught these practical life skills which will give us the edge in the world. Yes or no? We got the marks, we got our resume, we go for an interview, we are like, "Oh, how do I express myself? How do I negotiate the salaries? How do I present myself?" Are we getting it? So no formal training, but today you're taking one step towards learning something incredible. Are we clear? Clear? Step by step, step by step. First of all, it's very important for us to remove the barriers. I can share the tips and techniques, which I will share, but it will not be absorbed if you have these blocks. Make sense to everyone? Type in MS. Make sense? Great. Now, you might say, Devas, all this is fine, but then who are you to talk about this? Well, do I have your permission to share about myself for the next few minutes and then we go deeper? Yes, I'm sure you would have seen me on social media and known about me through the work I do on social media and offline. Well, I can share with you that, okay, there's this guy who was born in slums and today he's a multi-millionaire, he drives a Ferrari and all that stuff. No, I'm not here to talk about those mumbo jumbo things. This guy who was hiding behind was genuinely hiding behind all his life. In the month of April, back in his school days, I was like, Papa, I don't want to go to school. And I used to cry and shout and do whatever it took so that I do not go to school in the month of April. Any guesses why? Why April? Exams, no. Results, no. April meant a new academic session. That meant a class teacher comes in and says, welcome students to the new class. Let's introduce ourselves and let's start from there. And I was like, from where? I literally had to count the number of students sitting before me. And I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 5. And when I had a chance to introduce myself, I started something like this. Good morning, ma'am. My name is Divas Gupta. For a moment, there was silence. And then everyone inside that class started laughing. And I stood there, embarrassed, broken, and shattered. Yes, I have been a stutterer, a stammerer. In Hindi, we call this as hakalana, where you get stuck. And you can imagine my confidence or my self-esteem, everything got brutally shattered. I was doubting myself whether someday I'll get a job for myself or will someone marry me someday. And yes, that was me. That was me back in my school days. From here to speaking on various stages, I've been able to do that. I didn't know that someday I'll be able to share my voice. Someday a stutterer will be heard. I didn't know that. That someday I'll give 5 TED Talks. I didn't know that. Why I'm sharing this with that? Yes, if I, coming from that place, can be here, you can certainly do it. Are you with me on this? I never dreamt, folks. I was like crazily, never in my dreams to think that, okay, I'll be on stage. Never, never, never. How many of you find this too good to be true? This is impossible. We don't trust you. This is like hard to believe. Yes, hard to believe. My school teachers felt the same. Listen to me very carefully. My teachers saw my videos on YouTube and they said, Devas, come and meet us. There's a video on my YouTube channel by the name of Back to School. That's a video name, the title. Entire vlog where I went to my school, met my teachers. They were surprised to see their little one who has grown up like this. And I went to the same classroom where one day I could not speak my name and said, hi, my name is Devas and I don't stammer anymore. It's there for you to watch. Yes, it's possible, my dear friends. It's very much possible. If I can do it, you can certainly speak. You can certainly speak. No matter where you are, no matter you think of being with the leaders of the world, you will share the frame with the leaders from the world. You will do that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Manifest, folks, manifest. That's the first thing. Visualize. Jaskaran Singh. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Oh, yes. Come on. I want every one of you to close your eyes. Everyone, close your eyes. And imagine yourself standing on that big stage. What are you wearing? Which color dress are you wearing? Come on, close your eyes, visualize. Complete focus. What are you wearing on that day? Which color dress are you wearing? Your suit, your shirt, pant, whatever you're wearing, your dress. How many people are there in front of you? 100, 1,000, 10,000. It's a big stadium. Yes. You're on that big stage and they're all cheering for you. Imagine, can you hear those sounds? What are they saying? Come on. What are they saying? They're all cheering for you that, yes, you have done it. Yes, you're incredible. Come on, visualize it. Do you have your loved ones in the audience who are super proud of you? What are they saying? Visualize, visualize. And when you feel comfortable, open your eyes and let me know in the chat section, what did you see? Did you see yourself on that stage? Did you see yourself getting that applause, that appreciation? Yes, that's what you want. That's what your soul wants. Stick to it, folks. Stick to it. Stick to it. And yes, moving on. That has been my journey so far. My journey so far to work with these brands and do some stuff around communication skills. Lastly, the biggest highlight of my career so far, which I believe is the biggest highlight, is becoming a faculty of communication at IIM Udaipur. I applied to IIM Indore for a PhD, got rejected, that you're not meant to teach and do research. And today I'm teaching at IIM Udaipur as a faculty of communication without a PhD. Skill taking the lead over a degree. So you're in safe hands, folks. You're in safe hands. So I teach the MBA guys over there as a visiting faculty. All right. So the first step is to overcome fear of being judged. How do we do that? Just by some motivational lines? No. What do you do? Shift in perspective. How? Now tell me, imagine this scenario. You have to present in front of your colleagues, and your colleagues include your team members, your managers, your boss, your super boss. Understand this, very important. Does it happen that when you have to speak in front of your seniors, you feel a bit shaky? Does it happen that you become nervous when you have to speak in front of your boss and your super boss and your client? You can talk easily in front of your team members in general, but not in front of your seniors. Yes, 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 yes. Why? Why? The reason is Bay. The reason is Bay. And to understand this Bay, do I have your permission to teach you a bit of Hindi? Just a few words in Hindi to understand why do you have this fear of being judged and how do you overcome this? Clear? Now, A for apple, we have all heard of this, but today for this understanding, A for Admi or Aurat. Admi means man, Aurat means woman. So A for Admi for understanding. B for Bada as in big. B for Bada as in big. C for Chota as in small. Chota as in small. Are we clear? A, B, C, Admi, Bada, Chota. Clear? Now my question to you is, what is the first name that comes to your mind when you think of a Bada Admi? What is the first name that comes to your mind? Think of a Bada Admi. Let me know. A lot of us say Ambani, Ambani ji, Ambani ji, Ambani, Modi, 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 Tata, Tata, Tata. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, I get that. I get that. So can I say that anyone who has a lot of money, who has a lot of like power, a lot of like status, a lot of like followers, influence is a Bada Admi? Can I say that? Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. If I ask you, who is a Chota Admi? So can I say opposite of it? I understand that morals, ethics, values, that's also there for sure. But then at the face value of it, we label someone as a Bada Admi based upon these parameters, right? My question to you is, who are you? Bada Admi or Chota Admi? Oh, Devas, I'm a Chota Admi, Devas. Life has been not good to me, Devas. When you go for an interview, who is a Bada Admi? As per you, the interviewer is a Bada Admi, yes or no? When you go for an appraisal, the boss becomes the Bada Admi. When a client comes to your office, he becomes the Bada Admi and you become the Chota Admi. Observe this, what is happening. It's a psychological hack, folks. Understand this. Whereas when you have talked to your juniors, you become the Bada Admi in your head. Yes. Observe this. What is happening? And why is it happening? Why is it happening? It's happening because you do not have an idea of your self-worth. Of your self-worth. So what do? What is the way ahead? You value your backstory. You value where you are coming from. For example, if you see someone and say, oh my God, she speaks so well. Look at the way she speaks in English. Oh, she's like Bada Admi, you know. Please value your backstory. Maybe that person went to a convent school, English medium school. You did not go to English medium school. Maybe you come from a vernacular medium background. Maybe you did not have an environment around you at home that your parents used to talk in English. Your friends talked in English. No, that does not make you a Chota Admi. Do you get that? When you go for a presentation in front of your boss, you say, sir, hello, sir, hello, sir. Why? Just because your boss, who is elder to you, he came before you on this planet. Is it your mistake? Just because his parents planned him before your parents planned you, is it your mistake? No, right? Understand this, folks. I'm valuing my contribution. Your top boss over there cannot take a decision if he does not get the inputs from people under him. Yes or no? Your contribution matters. Get this thing very right. And that defines your self-worth. That defines your self-worth. I've seen a lot of people who will be shaky in front of this. Sir, he knows so much. He's very knowledgeable, sir. And how can I speak in front of him? Yes, the person is knowledgeable because he has spent more number of hours on that subject. That's it. Understand this. It's important, folks. It's internal communication. I will talk about voice. I will talk about body language. That is external. It will not work. Believe me. Maximum The trainings around communication skills are just around external communication. We'll cover that as well. But if you do not fix your internal communication, nothing will work for you. Yes or no? Yes or no? You can take the entire script with you, take the entire presentation with you, but the moment you start speaking, you're like shaking and shivering. Why? Internal communication. Do you get that now? What am I doing? It's important for you, step by step. So valuing your backstory, where you are coming from. For me, I'm a bada admi, you are a bada admi. I'm not saying that, you know what, be arrogant, that Divas told me to become arrogant. No, I am humble, I am grounded. You remain humble, you remain grounded. However, you treat others and yourself as a bada admi. My question to you, who are you now? Can I hear from you that yes, I am a bada admi? BA, yes, I am bada admi. Say this out, folks. You approach this mindset. When you go for an interview, why do you beg? It's an exchange of energy, exchange of value, yes or no? You provide your time, your skill sets, an exchange of value. Why there is a feeling of, oh my God? Because the moment you have this thought, your body responds accordingly, yes or no? Have you seen that? Are you getting it? Your internal communication influences your external communication. Clear? Moving on. The second scenario where you're supposed to speak and you feel a bit uneasy. How many of you have this feeling that I'm not feeling comfortable? I think I will give it a miss and I think I can ask my team member to go and present. You are the one who was working on that presentation, but then your partner, your team member goes ahead and presents. When he or she presents, they get the applause, they get the visibility, they get the promotion, and you just complain. Sad reality for some of us. So what do we do? What do we do in this scenario? That I don't like to be in front of people. I am okay behind the screens. Have you seen that? Tell me one thing. If you are technically a 9 on 10, but the way you communicate is a 4 on 10, how are you perceived? You're perceived as a 4 on 10. Your perceived value is again 4 on 10. So your communication skills amplify your true value. Are you getting me? All those who are technically amazing, but over here they get stuck. Understand this, right? Now, what kind of things we might have in our head that I am not okay and not good. I don't look good on the camera, Devas. Today we have a lot of video conferences and online meetings and all. We are not comfortable facing the camera. Yes, understand this. So what do? You accept your flaws. Being flawsome. And how do we do that? How do we do that? Let's do one thing. Everyone, take out your smartphone. Your smartphone and turn on the front camera. Turn on the front camera. Oh yes. Are we good to go? Right. And as you see yourself into the camera on the screen, you notice your face. Bring closer. Look at yourself that yes, I have a big nose, but at least it gives me air to breathe. Yes, I have hair popping out of my nose, but that's okay. Yes, I'm losing some hair from here, but that's age and genetics. I have a good smile. I look pretty happy. I have decent jawline. Yes, I have a mole on my cheek. That's okay. But that's me. That's real me. Done? That's what you do. Observe yourself and appreciate what God has given to you. That's one. Number two, you repeat these lines after me. And what do you say? You say, I like you. Come on, everyone, repeat after me. I like you. I love you. I like you. I love you. Okay, one disclaimer. All the married men, please do not try this at home. If something goes wrong, I am not responsible. If you get bashed, boom, you're like, hey, who are you saying these lines to? I'm not responsible. So one more time. I like you. I love you. I am your biggest fan. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being you. I like you. I love you. I am your biggest fan. Thank you for being you. Say this out. Say this out that yes, I am your biggest fan, folks. You go with this mindset when you speak in front of anyone. Understand this. You accept and appreciate yourself. That's how you overcome fear of being judged. Are you with me on this? Accepting your flaws. For example, for a large part of my life, I was hiding behind that I should not even show up. The day I accepted that, yes, stammering, stuttering has been a part of me. I have been talking about it on stages. Yes, I have worked towards it. I'm not saying don't work towards it. However, don't have this feeling of insecurity that I'm not good enough. Yes, part of, but I even have some good things. But I even have some good things. Yes or no, folks? The same applies to you as well. Makes sense? The third, the third case is where you're finally supposed to go and speak. Imagine yourself being in that presentation room, that board room, that meeting room. When I say a stage does not mean a raised platform with a mic in your hand and a spotlight focusing on you. No, that's not the only stage. If you have like 5 people, 50 people, 500 people, even that's your stage, right? Now, when you're supposed to go on stage, you have some sensations. Your cheeks go red, you dissipate heat from the ears, your throat goes dry, and there is some kind of sensation in your stomach, and your hands and legs are shaking. Happens? Yes. So what do you do in that case? What do you do in that? Understand this. So far, we haven't even talked about how to speak. We're all talking about how do you fix the internal communication. There's a loud voice which says, "Oh, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm feeling nervous. What will happen?" And the breath pattern gets haywire. So what do you do? What do you do? Self-talk. I do this till this date. Before any session, I go for self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? There's a negative talk which comes because of the environment around you. Because of the environment around you. Have you heard some remarks from your office colleagues, from your friends or your classmates, that hey, you can't do anything? Or have you heard those like criticism and those voices which said, you can't do it, you're just good for nothing, you're just like dumb, blah 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 blah. People will say that. People will abuse you. So what do? You change this negative communication into a positive self-talk. What do you say to yourself? You ask one question to yourself: who are you? And what do you say? Who are you? What do you say? I am great. I am a champion. I want every one of you to say this out loud and clear and write it down that yes, I am great. I am a champion. I am great. I am unstoppable. I am great. I am simply amazing. Say this out loud and clear. Do not care who is on your left, who is on your right. Barely matters. What matters is you and your voice that you create right now. Are you with me on this? Do not care. Your family might think you've gone crazy. Let them think. It's time for you to recreate the voice that you were born with. That yes, I am great. I am a champion. I am great. I am unstoppable. Say this out loud and clear. With me on this. With me on this, folks. Once you get this right, then next step, you're finally supposed to speak. What do? You apply a technique. You divide the audience into 3 parts: the audience on your right, the audience on your left, and the audience right in front of you. Visualize, okay? There are a handful of people in front of you when you're presenting. You divide them into 3 parts: left, right, and center, and then apply the technique called as PAP. What is PAP? PAP stands for pause and pan. PAN, pan. I repeat, pause and pan. Now, how does this work? Please have a look. Imagine, do it along with me. You walk on the stage. Option number one, you look at the roof, look at the walls, look at the floor, scratch your nose, try to adjust your clothes, try to check out your time and your phone again and again, and try not to maintain the eye contact. Have you seen such people? That's a clear sign of not being confident. Option number two, you apply PAP, pause and pan. How? You walk, you look to the left at the audience and smile. I'm not saying a single word, just a smile. Then I look towards the right, pause and a smile. And I look straight, pause and smile. Now, do you get that? I cover the entire audience and connect with them with my eyes, with my smile, without saying a single word. In the first few seconds, I have established myself that yes, I am here. I know what I'm doing. I'm not like, oh God, oh God, oh God. No. Are you with me on this? Right? Yes. Once you have done this, you'll get the applause for sure. You can apply the same technique if you have a larger audience as well. I applied this when I was doing a session for Symbiosis. So that's how you overcome fear of being judged. How many of you got that? Yes, Devas, got it. Type in GI, got it. Overcoming fear of being judged. The Bay being Flossom or self-talk. Choose any of the techniques that will work for you. I remember one of my students, Mr. Vikas Shetty from Mumbai, 2 decades of corporate experience, was having fear of being judged when he came to me. And I'm so glad the day he shared this with me that I spoke in front of 1,000 people. Can you beat that? 1,000 people in Mumbai. And I was super happy as a mentor, and I want all of you to see that dream for yourself. Yes, I dream to speak in front of, mention the number. On a piece of paper, write this down. I dream to speak in front of maybe 1,000, maybe 500, maybe like 100, whatever is the number you can think of right now. Write this down. By the end of this year, by the end of this month, write this down. Write this down. I'll say tathastu. All right, the second step is to avoid going blank while speaking. How many of us have this challenge that when you are supposed to speak, you go blank? Now, majorly, it was happening because of, oh, Devas, I go blank in front of my seniors. But now you know how to overcome that. Now do you connect it? So how to avoid going blank while speaking? We go blank when we do not know what to say next. If I do not know the next word, the next structure, I am blank. So I realized in my experience that the moment we have the structure in place, we will not go blank. The moment I know what I have to say next, I will not go blank. So to share with you the 3 strategies, the first one is the PrEP model. Now, how does PrEP model work for you? Now, PrEP model is a 4-step model that will help you in any situation to speak with a structure, with clarity. Have a look how it works. Now imagine you have to speak on any topic. You have a presentation, and how do you structure your thoughts? You say, in my opinion, we should go with strategy X. So P stands for point of view. In my opinion, we should go with strategy X. The moment you say strategy X, you will have people thinking, why strategy X? Why should we go with strategy X? You say, the reason why I say this is, use this template, use this line in itself. In my opinion, we should go with strategy X. The reason why I say this is, with strategy X, we'll have increase in our revenue, we will reduce our cost, we will have more customer satisfaction, whatever reason. So reason number 1, reason number 2, reason number 3. Your audience will still not be convinced. Your team members will still not be convinced. Your boss will still not be convinced. So what do you do? To give you an example, E stands for example. To give you an example, use a line. To give you an example, our competitor blah, 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 private limited, applied the same technique, the same strategy X, and got a 21% increase in revenue for the last quarter. Clear? So when you give an example, it adds more weightage to what you say. So in my opinion, we should look at strategy X from the next financial year. Are we clear? So P again stands for point of view, or what do you propose? So point of view, reason, example, and propose, or what do you propose? To give you an example, in a casual conversation, how do you use the prep model? Observe this. This is very powerful. How do you apply this? If I ask you who will win the match, India or Australia, a conversation there. Like someone asks, okay, like Rahul, what do you think? Who will win the match, India or Australia? And you like, actually, India should win because I love India. Have you seen that happening? It has happened with me, where you get stuck and you make these sound like basically, actually, I mean, have you heard these sounds? Yes. When do we have these sounds? When we are not sure of what we have to say next. So now imagine if you had to use the prep model, how will you apply it? In my opinion, Australia will win. The reason why I say this is, reason number one, they have been world champions. Reason number two, they have a strong batting lineup. And reason number three, whenever they play against India, they win batting first. To give you an example, whenever India plays against Australia in Bangalore, they lose the match. The last 1 year's record shows that they're in great form. So I will be cheering for Australia. My heart lies for India. However, looking at the sport, I'll be cheering for Australia in the next match. Are you getting it now? How you can use this prep model in day-to-day conversations as well. Not just office, but also in day-to-day conversations. Are we clear now? So you have predefined lines. One more time. In my opinion, blah, 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 blah. The reason why I say this, blah, 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 blah. To give you an example, blah, 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 blah. So moving forward, I suggest blah, 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 blah. Are we clear? You apply this. I guarantee you, you apply this for the next few days, weeks, months, and you see that magic. You will not get stuck. And you become so clear. You are understood. Makes sense to everyone? Are you like loving it, folks? Makes sense. Give me a heads up. Makes sense. Come on. Give me a heads up. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Boom. Awesome. You see, one of my students, Mangesh, he was working in an organization. From last 5 years, he never got that recognition from his boss, his manager. And the day he wrote this to me, Devas, I'm so happy that I got compliment from my boss in my appraisal that yes, Mangesh, now you communicate well. I want all of you to see that dream for yourself. That yes, in the near future, even I'll get that recognition, that life for myself. The second strategy to avoid going blank is using visual representation. Make a note of this. This is really important. Now, when I'm doing corporate trainings, and I'm training executives from the best of the best organizations from the world, maybe the big four, maybe the IT giants, maybe the pharma giants. I observed one very unique thing. How do you structure your information before you're supposed to speak? This is one presentation slide from one of my clients who was an eye surgeon. A senior eye surgeon had this slide, and when he was asked to present, he did something like this. Hello, everyone. Well, this is about my patient who was a young lady. She's the face of local media, and she's a 43-year-old female. And post-COVID hospitalization, she had posterior subcapsular cataract. She's a newsreader in local news channel. reporter and a media face, and blah 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 blah. Have you seen someone speaking like this? That they just read from the slide. If you also do the same, nothing to be ashamed of. You're learning. You're like learning from me. So it's completely okay that yes, you make this mistake. Why? Because you're not trained. Accept it. That yes, Devas, I was not trained. I'm here to learn and will go on a long journey with you. Now, how can we change this? When you keep your information in this fashion, the audience will not listen to you. They'll see the slide. So can I change the slide from this to this? Is it better? Is it better? Give me a B for better. Give me a B for better. Yes, yes, yes. The same information changed. Better. Now, how do you structure it so that you remember it? Best approach, you classify into colors. That's one great way. So that you remember that, okay, there's something in red, something in green, something in yellow. That's one great way to structure information in such a way that it is memorable. If you just keep text, you will go like crazy. Make sense? Are we clear now? All right. The next approach is of storytelling. How many of us want to learn storytelling? That yes, this is one beautiful thing which if we know, oh gosh, there can be one full-fledged training session of 8-10 hours around just storytelling. It is so powerful both in personal life and professional life. Agree with me that? Agree with me on this? Yes, that's storytelling for you. So let me share with you how you can tell stories. Now, what I saw in my experience, the past participants of such master classes and my corporate sessions, they said that we have stories to share, but then we're not sure what to say next. We go blank in between. The structure gets lost. We just miss the connection. Happens. You're about to say, but then the connection gets missed out. Now, let me share with you how you can keep the connection, keep the structure so that you don't go blank. Again, like templates, structures. I'm going to use an example of this movie by the name of MS Dhoni. I'm sure you are all aware of legendary MSD. Are we aware of him? Are we aware of him? Come on, folks. Come on. MSD. Yes. Legendary MSD. Incredible person. Very inspiring. And so is this movie. And late Sushant Singh Rajput played a beautiful role in this movie. So I'll take this movie as an example for the next few minutes and help you understand the structure of storytelling. What? The structure of storytelling. What to say in the starting or the framework. How to start, middle, and how to conclude. Clear? Have a look. So whenever you have to share your story, start with the character description. In this case, MS Dhoni is the character. We get to know about him. Where is he from? How does he look? What are his aspirations? Just the background information. Clear? In your story, you are the character. So you'll talk about yourself. For example, you might say, I was working as an assistant manager at XYZ Bank, and this was in the year 2021, January. I was posted in the Mumbai branch. Just give a background information about yourself. When is it? Just brief history. Clear? Then talk about the challenge. In case of MS Dhoni, he wanted to play for India. However, he did not get the due support from his family. He came from a humble background. Yes. Okay, one moment, folks. Yes, he came from a humble background. He did not have the support from his parents, and there was no one to guide him. Similarly, you talk about your problem. Taking the same scenario, you were there in that bank in Mumbai branch in the year 2021, and there was some kind of project or task that had to be completed by next week. Clear? However, two of your most important team members met with an accident. That's a challenge, right? And you are stuck. What do? You can take anything from your personal life or professional life. Then you meet an angel who understands the problem. In his case, MS Dhoni found his coach as the angel who got the problem. Similarly, who was that angel in your life? It could be your colleague, it could be your friend, it could be your boss, it could be your parents, family, your coach, guru, guide, mentor, anyone who understands the problem. And then what suggestion you got from him or her? Understand this. MS Dhoni was asked to work more on his fitness and wicket keeping skills. Similarly, talk about what one piece of advice was given to you by your angel, by your mentor, by your guide, by your friend, by your philosopher, whosoever. And what action you took. We all saw MS Dhoni working at the railway station, also playing day in, day out, day in, day out. You talk about your struggle that for the next 5 days, I was there in that bank trying to sort things because there was a big problem. I was there in my office working day in, day out to get this sorted with my team members. Talk about the entire situation, what you went through. And then what happened in the end. You talk about that, yes, India won the World Cup. We all saw 2011, right? Similarly, in your case, maybe the project where was like successful, the client was happy, you cracked any exam, you got through any of your like dream companies, whatever is success for you. Are you getting it? Personalize it. I have given the entire structure. Or it can be a tragedy as well. You might fail. The project was unsuccessful, but you learned a lesson which you are sharing with your team members today. You failed an exam, but you learned something about yourself. You did not get what you're asking for, but you learned something about yourself. Makes sense to everyone? Does this structure give you clarity that, yes, I know how to start and how to end? I'll not go blank now. I know exactly. I've talked about this, then this, done. 6-step framework makes your life super. You will not go blank, my dear. You will not go blank. I repeat. Now, what we'll do, we'll quickly watch the trailer of this movie, MS Dhoni. There is a trailer, and I want you to plug in your headphones, earphones for better experience. If you don't have, it's completely okay. There are subtitles for your reference. We'll watch this together, and after that, we'll go to the next step. Sounds good? And as we watch this, let's remember late SSR and legendary MSD. This one is for them. Sir. And I want you to see how the framework has been applied. Let's go.
सर, हम सोच रहे थे कि हम कर क्या रहे हैं। हम एक क्रिकेटर हैं, लेकिन टीसी का काम कर रहे हैं खड़गपुर स्टेशन पे, और रोज गेट नंबर 3 के सामने खड़े होकर फाइन इकट्ठा करते हैं। ना तो हमारा गेम इंप्रूव हो रहा है सर, ना तो हमको आगे का कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रहा है। कब तक और कैसे चलेगा सर?
नाम क्या है?
महेंद्र सिंह धोनी।
अच्छा गोलकीपिंग करता तुम, क्रिकेट खेलेगा?
सर, हमको क्रिकेट में बैटिंग ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है।
पहले विकेट कीपिंग पे ध्यान दो, तुम समझा?
खेल कूद अपनी जगह है, लेकिन पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो किसी लायक बनोगे।
सर, आप बोलेंगे तो आज ओपन करें?
अगला मैच में देखेंगे।
सर, वीक टीम के साथ स्कोर करके क्या मैं स्ट्राइक हम लेंगे, तुम रन आउट मत करवा देना बस।
धोनी का गेम दिन प्रतिदिन बड़ा होता जा रहा है।
तुम्हारा पढ़ाई लिखाई कैसा चल रहा है?
परसों से ही ऑफिस लीग का लास्ट राउंड शुरू होने वाला है।
अरे एग्जाम तो दोगे ना तुम?
पास जितना लायक हो जाएगा।
धोनी कोई तेंदुलकर है?
नहीं पाजी, धोनी धोनी है। एक बार उस लड़के को मौका मिल गया ना तो बहुत आगे तक जाएगा। 1500 का स्टाइपेंड है। आज तक किसी ने प्लेयर को इतना स्टाइपेंड नहीं मिला जितना मही को मिलेगा।
अपना माही टीसी बन जाएगा माता के आशीर्वाद से।
अगर तूने अच्छे से नौकरी की तो रेलवे में एक दिन आरएम भी बन सकता है।
अगर माहिया का इतने से मन नहीं भरा तो?
मतलब?
हमारा मन कहता है ये थोड़े से में खुश होने वाला नहीं है।
ड्यूटी के बाद रोज प्रैक्टिस, जितना ड्यूटी उतना प्रैक्टिस।
नेक्स्ट 3 बॉल कीपिंग के लिए बुलाया और 1 ओवर बैटिंग दिया।
सबके साथ ऐसा किया?
नहीं, हमसे ही कुछ खास लगा था।
अरे ये कौन जीनियस लोग हैं जिन्हें सिर्फ 3 ही बॉल में प्लेयर का पोटेंशियल पता चल जाता है?
तो उधर खड़गपुर में जॉब का सिक्योरिटी में फंस गया ना पापा, तो हम आगे कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे। ये तीनों अब ओडीआई टीम में फिट नहीं बैठ रहे।
जो धोनी को प्रमोट करता है, धोनी उसी को आज बाहर करना चाहता है।
ये इन तीनों को निकाल के रुकने वाला नहीं है।
वी आर ऑल सर्वेंट्स एंड वी आर ऑल डूइंग नेशनल ड्यूटी।
थोड़ा सा बैटिंग दोगे क्या?
हमको भी एक चांस दीजिए ना सर।
Style, a magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup after 28 years, and it is an Indian captain who's been absolutely magnificent in the night of the final.
Wow. Whenever I watch this trailer, I literally have those goosebumps. I mean, this is so beautiful, and that's the power of storytelling. Yes, with practice, with application, you will learn. I hope you all understand this, that right now you are understanding the concepts. You also have to apply this. Yes or no? It's not that you just learned and you're like, now I can tell stories. No, you have to apply also. Clear? All right. So these were the 3 strategies which you can use to avoid going blank. The next part is to avoid sounding boring. Now let's observe one thing, that when some people present, how do they start? That's the first step. How do you open your speech while giving a presentation in front of your team members or your colleagues in the office, your bosses, whosoever? How do you start? The first type of people, I call them as the HH people. I call them as the HH people. And the way they start the presentation is something like this. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Well, I am very happy, although I don't look like. But then since everyone says this, so I'll also say this. I'm very happy to be here. So as you already know, but then since everyone does it, so I'll do the same. As you all can read, but I'll read for you that the topic of today's presentation is how to speak without reading from the slides. Yes, and that is a topic for the presentation. And without wasting much of your time, I have wasted a lot of your time already, but then I'll say this because that's what I have been taught. Let's get started. Have you heard something similar? Or something of this note that, hello everyone, hope you're doing well. We are very honored to have Mr. Blah 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 as our chief guest. Sir, thank you so much for coming to the occasion. No matter, nobody cares, but then since you're the chief guest, we have to give you respect and use all those good words for you. So thank you so much, sir. We are very happy to have you over here. So friends, today we are here to talk about blah 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 blah. And you know what happens? All this while, when you open your speech in this manner, you hear a sound. Yes, you will hear a sound like yes. Because if you sound so boring, nobody will listen to you, my dear friend. Nobody will listen to you. So you have to avoid starting your speech with a hello and a hi. Not like this. Seriously? What are you saying? I see everyone doing this. Not everyone. Some of those who have been a part of my masterclass will not open like this. I'll tell you how to open the speech. But the first type is out. Then we have the second type. The second type is more interesting. I call them as the BB people or the breakfast people. And the way they open the speech is something like this. Good morning, everyone. I said, good morning, everyone. Did you have your breakfast? Come on, show me some energy. Did you have your breakfast? Come on, show me some energy. Yes, everyone. Good morning, everyone. And this person will jump from left to right, right to left, and keep on asking you, did you have your breakfast or not? It's almost 11 o'clock, folks. I hope you had your breakfast. Even if you did not, it's okay. It's okay. You are learning a lot of things. The food for thought coming your way. Now understand, energy is important. I'm not denying that. But if someone is just like shouting, no, do not start in this fashion. You might see someone on social media otherwise speaking in that manner, but I request do not try that. It does not give you a nice feel overall. Right? Remain in your pants. Don't be that angry young man. And then we have type 3. The type 3, I call them as the CC people. They are the super interesting people, the check people. And the way they open their speech is something like this. Am I audible at the end? Okay. Am I audible in the middle? Okay. Am I audible in the front row? Okay. Okay, this side. Can you hear me over there? Yes? Yes. Why? The person who spoke before you was very much audible. Even if the technician has checked the mic still. Hello, friends. Good morning. My name is Divas and I am the Assistant Vice President at XYZ Private Limited. So friends, although I did not want to come over here, but since my boss asked me to come over here, that's why I'm standing in front of you. And anyways, jokes apart, the point is, folks, do not open in this manner. Why? Because understand, attention is a scarce commodity. Yes or no? You tell me. When you are on mobile phone, you watch videos on Instagram, on Facebook, on like shorts, YouTube shorts. You scroll. Yeah, this is nice. Happens. In the first few seconds, you decide whether you will watch it or skip it. Clear? Similarly, when you speak, you have to grab the attention of your audience. Everyone, along with me, you will grab your attention in the first few seconds. Are we clear? That's the goal. When you speak, not just to flap your mouth, anyone can do it. My 10-month-old can do it. Blah, 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 blah. That's how he speaks these days. I want you to grab the attention of your audience when you speak, right? How do you do that? How do you do that? Have a look. So there are a couple of ways which you can use. Number one, start with appreciation. This is one category. Starting with appreciation. How do you say, thank you all for coming? Thank you all for coming. Come on, repeat after me, practice with me. Thank you all for coming. Or I appreciate everyone being here. Or I would like to thank you for being here on time. Or I wish to thank you all for coming on such a short notice. Do you see that? I'm appreciating people for being there, for coming on a short notice, for coming on time. Okay, how many of you joined me sharp at 10 in this masterclass? Did you see how I start? Did you see? Do you remember? I started by appreciating you. So whatever I'm teaching over here, I'm practicing myself because these techniques work. The last 11 years, I know what works, what doesn't work. Are we clear now? Right? So you start by appreciating people. The second approach is where you come to the agenda. That what is the agenda? What is the purpose? So we are here today to decide on, agree on, blah, 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 blah. Or by the end of today's meeting, we need to come to a conclusion of blah, 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 blah. I've scheduled this meeting so that we can discuss the pending work, blah, 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 blah. The purpose of today's meeting is blah, blah, blah. Are we clear? Now you might think, Devas, but then when do I say hello, sir, hello, ma'am, hello, guest? No, you will say that. Your first goal is to grab the attention. Once the attention is yours, then you can welcome your chief guest, welcome your boss. That's fine. But the opening of speech will be through this. Make sense to everyone? Give me a heads up, folks. Give me a heads up. Come on, everyone. Give me a heads up. Everyone, give me a heads up. Clear? Understand this. These are things which people don't even talk about. Major differences. Next approach, where you talk about the structure. So first, we'll be discussing about blah, blah, blah. After that, we'll move on to blah, blah, blah. Then we'll try to cover blah, blah, blah. And shortly after, we'll go over blah, blah, blah. Next, we'll consider blah. If there is enough time, we'll also go through blah, blah, blah. And finally, we'll talk about blah. So now you have a lot of options over here. If you have 3 points to cover, you can choose 3 points. If you have 5, 7, depending upon how many points you have to cover. So this gives clarity so as to what lies ahead. Are we clear? Are we clear? Right? You can use this when you have to speak from a big stage or a smaller one, whatever is the audience size, this technique will always work. Now let's learn something advanced. How many of you want to learn something super powerful, super magical? Come on, give me an M for magical. Yes, Devas, come on. M for magical, M for magical, M for magical. You will be blown away by the next technique. I call this as the WAW framework. What audience wants. Make a note of this. What audience wants. This is a super amazing framework used by the world-class leaders. By the world-class leaders. Now, how does this framework work? Any guesses? Let me show you. Make a note of this. How many of you want to fill in the blanks by show of hands? Now, let me show you how you can use this framework to open your speech, right? Option number 1, you go inside the meeting room, the presentation room, and say, hello, sir, hello, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Hello, friends. But today I am here to talk about how to speak in front of a big audience, and that's one option, right? Option number 2, imagine your company is growing at the rate of suppose 9%, right? And your goal, the agenda of the meeting is to talk about the strategy for the next financial year. Clear? That's the background, that's the intent. How do you begin? You say, how many of you want to grow at the rate of 14% this year? By show of hands. I repeat, how many of you want to grow at the rate of 14% this financial year? By show of hands. Your boss and your boss's boss and your boss's 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 boss will all raise their hand. Do you get this? Now you'll say, Devas, how can I ask a question? They are my seniors. They are the bada admi. Now do you get this? How things are connected? Why I was emphasizing on internal communication? What I'm saying is of interest to my boss and the client and everyone. Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you get this? How many of you want to grow at the rate of 14% this year? By show of hands. Well, that's great. Do you see that? Makes sense. What audience wants. Use this framework. This is a beautiful way used by the world-class leaders. Clear? And you will see the magic. You'll see the magic. Now, once we have grabbed the attention, what's the next step? To hold the attention. You see, it's been more than 1 hour. I have been able to hold your attention. Do you realize that? Have I been able to do that? Yes. How? How I'm able to hold your attention, even though we are sitting so far, but still we are connected. The voice dynamics. Let me share with you how I'm doing it and how even you can do it. So in part of voice dynamics, what do? Some of us have verbal diarrhea. No matter they take an ORS or any medicine, they simply cannot control. They simply cannot control. Now, my dear friend, I know that you have a lot to share with this world. Please understand. Do you want to be understood or do you want to be ignored? Just going for a presentation, for a meeting, for discussion, and just blah 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 blah. I presented, I spoke whatever I had to speak. But whether you were understood or not, that's important. One more time. Do you want to be understood or do you want to be ignored? Make a choice, folks. Make a choice. That's how it works. It's about a choice. You can continue to speak the way you want to speak. I don't mind. Then tomorrow, when you do not get the visibility, do not get that interview, that job opportunity, that appraisal, that opportunity, don't complain. Are you getting it, folks? I'm very clear. You are doing injustice, not just to yourself, but to your family as well. If you do not take action, take ownership for your career, you are losing on money. Yes or no? If you do not perform well in the organization, you do not get better salaries for yourself, or maybe as a business owner, if you do not do well for yourself, you are depriving your family of better health, better education, better lifestyle. Makes sense to everyone. So it's very easy to say, oh, the word, that's how I talk. No, we'll change. Can you all comment that yes, Devas, I will do whatever it takes to raise the level. Maybe you are the person in your family who will change the lifestyle for your family. Come on, level it up. And that is possible through communication skills. Do you agree with me? That people who communicate well are paid more. Agree with that? You know it. Yes. That technically a 10 on 10, but in terms of communication, a 5 on 10. You know, the perceived value plays a role. Makes sense? So now, how do you keep a track of it? Number one, keep a check on your rate of speech. How many words you speak per minute? ROS, rate of speech. The ideal range is between 120 to 150 words per minute. If you go beyond 150 consistently, blah, 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 no. Or if you speak very slowly, less than 120, like this, then the world will doze off. So you have to be mindful enough that I remain in this range of 120 to 150 words per minute. You need someone who can tell you, give you a feedback that, hey, you're going a bit too fast. It's a reminder. It's a reminder. That's how we become more mindful. Are we clear? Next, how many of us face a challenge with respect to clarity of speech? Devas, when I speak, I'm not that clear. People are like, what? I didn't get you. Could you please repeat yourself? Have you heard this? I would love to know from you, so far in this masterclass, have I been clear in my speech? How clear I was in my speech? Very clear, super clear, crystal clear. Awesome. Awesome. Now just imagine, right? A stutterer, a stammerer, a haklu speaking with clarity. What did I learn? What am I using as a technique? I'm going to share with you, my dear friends. I want to share and help you become more confident and speak with more clarity. So the technique over here is to bring in clarity of speech, COS. You need to focus on the lips, not on someone else's lips. You might get bashed again. You need to focus on your lips. You need to focus on your lips. Now, how does it work? Observe me. Now, when I speak, I focus on my lip movements. The way I speak, the way I sound, I emphasize on every sound, every syllable. For example, the word is beautiful. The word is beautiful. It has three parts to it. I will open my mouth, use my lower jaw, and then speak. Some of us speak within the mouth and they say, beautiful, 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 beautiful. No, beautiful, beautiful, right? I challenge you. Everyone, pick up any line, any paragraph that you see in front of you and read it by focusing on your lip movements, and you will immediately see clarity of speech. Apply this and let me know how this magic works for you right now. Yes, do it. Works? Works? Come on. Oh yes, like Saheli says, it works. Suresh says works. Folks, like reply to everyone, not just to host and panelist. Some of the comments are not visible too. Rana Gupta says works. Interesting. Khyati says totally works. Neeraj says works. Awesome. The magic works. It's magical. It's magical. It's magical. Oh my God. Come on, come on, come on, everyone. You may applaud yourself. Yes. Come on, applause. Oh, that's super. Brilliant. Boom. Oh yes. Super. See, one hack could bring in so much of clarity. Yes, you need to practice, you need to apply the learnings and get the feedback that will help you out. But then understand how the technique works. Are we clear? I was like doubting myself all my life that I've been cursed with stammering, but today my voice is my biggest strength. As the official host for Naukri.com's podcast, interviewing the CEOs of PVR, of GoDaddy, of Forever New, of Pearson, and many others, I can say that, my dear friends, the most powerful instrument that you today have is your voice. Please use that. Please use that. Please use that. Now, I want all of you to read the text that you see on screen in the next few seconds, right? How would you read this? Something like, good morning, everyone. My name is Rahul. Today, I'm very excited to present before you our monthly progress report. That's how we generally sound, right? However, if I have to be engaging, what can I do? Now, I learned the importance of engagement when I was hospitalized. I was on that hospital bed and there was that machine next to me. And the machine made that sound like beep, 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 beep. And also there was this graph in that machine, which went like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I thought for a moment, what if the graph goes like beep? Then probably I would not be here. You would be writing Om Shanti RIP on my Instagram post. Yes. Now, what happens? Look, some people speak in such a way that they sound like beep. There's no variation. There is no variation. You have to bring in vocal variation. What? Vocal variation. Now, what is vocal variety? Understand this. If I sound in that same tone, I'll be boring. VV stands for vocal variety. Bring in variation, bring in variety in your voice. How do we do that? Good morning, everyone. My name is Rahul. Today, I'm very excited to present before you our monthly progress report. Do you see that? The same line, the same words. Was this better? Was this better? Yes. I was emphasizing on certain words, certain sounds. I did not say, good morning, everyone. My name is Rahul. Today, I'm very excited to present before you. No. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rahul. Today, I'm very excited to present before you our monthly progress report. Do you get that, folks? I'm not talking about that how fancy your write-up is. No. How do you sound? That can make a profound impact. So let's do one thing. Let's learn about intonation and let's do an interactive session, right? Where I bring one of you as on audio with me live over here, and you may volunteer in the chat section who wants to be live with me on audio. One condition, there should be no background noise, because if I ask you to unmute yourself and if there is some noise connection, only then post your request. It's a request from my side, please. All right. So yes, who is ready to go? A lot of names out here. Now, what should be the parameter to pick up one name? Randomness? Okay. All right, let's find an interesting name. Okay, I see a name like Dharmik Gudapati. Dharmik Gudapati. Okay, Dharmik Gudapati. Let's hear from you, sir. If you are here with us. Dharmik, are you there with us?
Hello.
Oh, hi Dharmik. You sound really sweet. Where are you from?
Hyderabad.
Awesome. Awesome, Dharmik. Cheers to your parents who brought you over, that you showed up. I never knew that 11-year-old will be picked up randomly. God has a reason. So Dharmik.
Yeah.
You
Recording in progress.
Change in the way you read the sentence.
Maybe.
Try it out.
My girlfriend is a very smart lawyer.
So we noticed that you were emphasizing the word lawyer. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why? I didn't ask you to focus on the word lawyer. I didn't ask you to emphasize on the word lawyer. Folks, understand, this is very important. I just said I'll change something on the screen and automatically you emphasized more on the word lawyer. Why? Answer me. Can I say that you saw someone on the screen because of visualization, you were prompted to emphasize more on the word lawyer because you saw someone dressed up as a lawyer. Yes?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm just guessing it, that if your father would have been there, he would have said, very smart lawyer. Just guessing, just guessing. If you're around, sir, make your presence felt if you're there with us. Okay, I'm going to hear some sound. All right. So I hope you all got it right, that it's about emphasizing on the right word. For example, if I have to share with you, Dharmik, that Ladakh is beautiful. Pangong Lake is so calm, so serene. You must go there. That's one way of saying it. Other one is, Dharmik, Pangong Lake is very calm and serene. Ladakh is beautiful. You must go there. Do you see a difference? The same sentence, how do you say? When you visualize a scene, visualize a person, the emphasis is more. Make sense? Everyone, yes. Give me a heads up, right? The power of visualization. So Dharmik, in this case, we all saw the lady on the screen. That's why we could emphasize on the word lawyer or very smart, depending upon where we focus. However, when you speak with someone one-to-one, or you are giving a presentation as well, you have to visualize the scene and then bring in that emotion, how you felt when you were back there in Ladakh or anywhere else. Make sense?
Yes.
Thank you, buddy. Happy to have you over here. All the best for the next session, for the living session. Cheers.
Thank you.
It was interesting, very sweet of him to be here. So let's have one more person on board with us. Who gets on? Okay, I see a lot of names out here. Shalini Rathod. Okay, Miss Shalini Rathod. Let's have you on board. I see some names. Miss Shalini, are you here there with us?
Hi.
Hi, Shalini. Where are you from?
I'm from Mumbai.
Awesome. And what do you do?
I am actually a motivational speaker. Or
Interesting.
Aspiring to be.
Sorry?
Aspiring to be, actually.
Awesome. More power to your dreams. So now I'll have a sentence, or rather I'll have a question for you, and you have to apply intonation based upon the question that I ask you. Sounds good?
Yes.
You will not change the sentence. The sentence remains the same, mind you, right? You will not add any word from your side. So, Shalini, do you know a good lawyer?
Do you know a good lawyer?
No. You have to answer.
Oh, I have to
question.
answer the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So, Shalini, do you know a good lawyer?
My girlfriend is a very smart lawyer.
Got it. Perfect. Nick nailed it. I hope you all understood that on which word we had to emphasize. When the question was, do you know a good lawyer? Automatically you send the word, my girlfriend is a very smart lawyer. Makes sense to everyone? Give me a heads up. Give me a heads up. My girlfriend, you bring in more punch, rise in the pitch. My girlfriend is a very smart lawyer. Thank you, Shalini. Love that. Thank you. Oh, yes, it was nice, smooth. The next one. This is for everyone. Let's do it together. For this question, one moment. Yes. My girlfriend is a very smart lawyer. For this question, on which word will we emphasize? Everyone, give me a heads up. Is your girlfriend a good lawyer? Now this is easy. On which word will you emphasize? You say, my girlfriend is a very smart lawyer. Talking about the competency. Talking about the competency. I see a lot of people like getting it wrong. You have to listen to the question very carefully. Over here, fortunately, you can see the question on the screen. When you speak with someone, you cannot see the question. You have to listen attentively that, hey, what was the question? My girlfriend is a very smart lawyer. Is a very smart lawyer. Last one. So what does your girlfriend do? Come on, everyone. So what does your girlfriend do? Practice with me. Come on. What does your girlfriend do? My girlfriend is a very smart lawyer. My girlfriend is a very smart lawyer. Do you see that? That spike in the voice? My girlfriend is a very smart lawyer. Are we getting it? Now, folks, understand. How do you hold the attention? By sounding in this way. And last night I was working on a presentation. It was around 11:30 at night. And I was alone in my room. And I heard a sound at the door. As I walked up to the door, the sound got louder. And the moment I opened the door, I was scared to see a cat out there. Well, that's one way of telling a story where you use a pause. Imagine if I say, I was working my presentation last night, I heard a sound, I went to the door, I opened the door, I saw a cat, I was scared. Happy ending. No. So what I did, I was able to hold your attention. Yes or no? You're like, what happened, Devas? Tell me, what happened next? What happened next? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? The learning was the power of pause. Pauses are a great way to hold the attention. Right now, you're thinking that Devas is about to say something very important. But trust me, I have no idea what I'm supposed to say. But the way I sound as if I know everything. Make sense? Do you get that, folks? How pauses are powerful. I see a lot of folks in the corporate session just blah, 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 blah. No, come on. Take a pause, hold the attention, and they are yours. They are yours. That's a power. You will learn this. You will apply this. Today, you are just learning it. Next step is to apply it. Clear? All right. Now talking about how do you end the speech. We all give a lot of importance to opening of speech, but how do you end the speech? Very few of us focus on that. One option is ending with energy. Now, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It can be transferred from one body to the other body. And the source of energy is you. So never say, oh, my audience is like this. Oh, my team members are dull. No, my dear friend, you are the leader. You are the one who is supposed to bring in that energy. And what can you possibly say? You can say, I would like to thank everyone for coming today. Again, thank people for showing up. Thank you all for your time. It was a great session that we had with you. Thank you all for your participation in today's meeting. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for a productive meeting. Say, sound like this, sound like this. Sharing your time, thank again. That's one. The second is ending with instruction. Now, a lot of my students are working professionals. And they said, Devas, ever since we've started working from home, after COVID and all, it's becoming quite challenging. And I'm like, why do you say that? He says that we have longer conference calls, audio calls and all, right? And they are so boring. I literally have a headache after that conference call. How many of us have experienced it? Yes. A lot of us. Why? Because the people on that call sound boring. So how do you give instructions with impact? How do you do that? For example, option number one. Okay, Mr. Sharma, please work on this presentation. Miss Anjali, please support Mr. Sharma with the inputs. And let's meet on Thursday at 3 p.m. Okay, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. Thank you so much. Are you doing a favor by speaking? No, right? Think about it, my dear friends. What does it mean to be a leader? Someone who can influence. If you aren't the source of energy, you can't expect your team members to be charged up. You're like, guys, I want results from your side. I want you to be more motivated. But sir, you yourself sound so demotivated. Are you getting me, right? Or they say, all right, a great discussion this morning. Mr. Sharma, please work on this presentation. Miss Anjali, please help him with all the input that he needs. And let's meet on Thursday at 3 p.m. Yes? All right, let's get back to the work and make this day count. You see a difference? The same message, how do you say it? Ending with instruction. What the person is supposed to say or do after the meeting is over. And also, how do you sound? Work on both these things. Clear? The third is ending with a summary. When you have a longer presentation, a longer speech, whatever, you have to summarize whatever you said. So how do you summarize it? You say, well, here are some of the main points we discussed today. Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. Or to sum up, we've talked about blah, blah, blah. Or I would like to briefly cover the topics we mentioned today. Blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Before we finish, let's go over everything we talked about today. Number 1, blah, blah, blah. Number 2, blah, 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 blah. Number 3, blah, blah, blah. And number 4, the most important one, blah, blah, blah. Or let's quickly summarize the main points of today's meeting. So do you see that? I've given you ready to use templates, which you can use, and also told you how to use it. So now you have a repository of ready to use templates. You're getting it? Maybe in a given meeting presentation, use it. It's all yours. Right? Ending with a summary. EWS stands for ending with a summary. Now, the next portion, the next part is very important. Irrespective of the fact that you are a working professional or not, you're a student or not, you're a business owner or not, you are a solopreneur or not, barely matters. The next section is important for everyone. It might be around interviews, and you may not have nothing to do with interviews. Still, it's about how do you introduce yourself? How do you create that impression which makes you stand out from the others? Want to know that? Want to know that? Interesting. Now, this is the number one question asked in case of any interaction. TMSAY, and majority of us get it wrong. The question is, tell me something about yourself. It can be asked in some other way as well, but the intent is something about yourself. And what people do, they just copy paste. How? Let me show you what people do. They'll use a template like this and just fill in the blanks. Something like, hello, my name is Devas and I am from Dehradun. You mention your own name, your place. I'm a public speaking coach. I did my schooling from Brightlands School, Dehradun. I got 89% in class 10th and 92% class 12th. Hobbies a little. Same answer. Have you heard this? Because nobody taught us what is the better way. And as a result, when we got rejected, what did we do? You see, the HR was biased. That other candidate, that girl out there, HR was so nice to her. And that person was so rude to me. I mean, what he asked me was completely out of context. You know what? My lucky color is not gray. It's a blue color. Whenever I wear this coat, I always goof up. This Tuesday, I went to temple also. I did everything to bribe the god, but even he's not supporting me. This country, I tell you, this government, this country, there are no jobs in this country. I'm leaving. My dear friend, the reality is there was a vacancy. There was an opportunity. You could not crack it. And you can live with this thought that, yeah, but then you missed it. Makes sense to everyone, right? So what do you do? How do you go from being rejected to being selected? What do you do? What do you do? How do you crack any interview? Approach is CPA, create personalized answers. What? Create personalized answers. And how do you do that? Watch me doing this. I'm sharing with you a template from my side, which you can use and customize it as per your own need. Maybe a fresher experience, barely matters. This template will work for everyone. My name is Devas, and I love to help people become better in their personal and professional life. Do not say myself, Devas. That's wrong. Instead of your designation that I am a senior vice president at XYZ company private limited, no. What you love to do. I love to help people become better in their personal and professional life. For example, if you're an engineer, what you can say, my name is Devas and I love to play with codes. Play with codes. It's a hook, generates curiosity. A guy from the field of accounts and finance. I love to manage money. I love to help multiply money. Guy from data analyst field. I love to draw patterns from numbers. Do you see that? It grabs the attention that, hey, this is interesting. Tell me more about it. Then just saying, hello, my name is Devas. I am a software engineer at IT company in Hyderabad. No. Are you getting me, my dear friends? I understand your pain point. Jokes apart, I understand your pain point, that what you must be going through because you were never taught these things. But today, as you learn this, number one, accept that yes, something was missing all this while. And I need to apply these things. Make sense? The next step. Over here, talk about your designation. You say that as a career and Ikigai coach, I work with corporates, with government bodies and education institutions. You might say, as a senior manager at Amazon, I look after supply chain management and warehouse management in Haryana or in Delhi, depending upon your work profile. Talking about how widely you work, what portfolios you handle. Clear? That gives a clear idea that what person can talk about. Next, with my roots in Dehradun, some of you might say, I am from Dehradun, I belong to Dehradun, I hail from Dehradun. Completely fine. Just adding a flavor to it. That with my roots in Dehradun, I owe my academic strength to Brighton School that has instilled deep rooted values in me. Now understand, how do you personalize it? Before you go for any interview, any like networking as well, you personalize it. For example, for an interview, you have a job description where the skills are mentioned. What skills are they looking for in the next candidate? For example, the JD says, the job description says, you need to have strong analytical skills, strong problem solving skills. So what do? You say, I owe my problem solving skills to your school name that has instilled analytical skills in me. Make sense? You customize it as per the requirement. Your introduction will change as per the interview, as per the job role. Refer the job description. Are we clear? Instead of saying that I did my MBA from IIM Kashipur, no. I learned about management. I learned about working in teams. So in a way, I'm talking about those skills which are being looked for by the company. Make sense? Makes sense. And thanks to CAV Australia for sharpening my professional skill set and certifying me to be a master career practitioner. I'm adding more credibility to the work that I've done so far. And lastly, talk about the vision. You say, with an experience of training more than 90,000 individuals, I look forward to impact 3 lakh lives in the next 2 years or something of that sort. With an experience of handling a team of 40 people, I look forward to create leaders in this organization. With an experience of working on cutting edge technologies, I look forward to use AI to build solutions of future. Makes sense to everyone. How many of you found this as a better approach than what we have been listening so far? Do you find this was like way better, way more structured, way more organized, way more customized, and way more impactful than the regular one? This differentiates you from your competition. Yes or no, folks? You get this, the power of communication. You have been introducing yourself from a long time, but small tweaks can give you a big result. For example, one of my mentees, Harish was working as a QA and his last CTC was 8.5 lakhs. He came to me, he learned from me, and because of the power of communication, he got 2 offers. Hike of 112% and 80%. That's massively insane. And he got 2 offers, 18 lakhs and 15.2 lakhs. Just imagine, folks, what money you are losing. I want to know from you. Take a moment and look at your entire career so far. And let me know in the chat section, how much money have you lost because you could not crack that job interview, you could not negotiate that salary, you could not get that opportunity. Take a moment, folks. It was your money which you could not get because you could not communicate well. Let's have a look at the chat section. How much money have you lost in your entire journey so far? Sushil Thakur said like 2 lakhs. Uma Devi 100%. Okay. MIKU say like 2 crores. That's huge. My life I lost in Madhu Navuru. I would love to know how. Like Praveen says 50. Is it 50,000? 50 lakhs? Shiv says 8 lakhs. Jagdish says more than 3 to 40 lakhs. Santosh 4 to 5 lakhs per year. I'm sure you would have lost some years as well in terms of your promotion, in terms of that next level which you're supposed to get, but it was delayed. Can't describe how much. Yes. Oh gosh. Okay, Meghna, I like read that. Lavanya, Vanshika, Mukesh, can't count. Oh gosh. Do you see that, folks? I hear you, folks. I hear you. And I know how bad it feels that you are the deserving one, that you're the one who deserves it, but somehow you could not convert that opportunity. Oh gosh, Gotham, that's huge. Abhiram, 1.5 crores in research grant. Lost my degree. Convincing people. I get that. How many of you, let's say commitment, Adivas, come what may, I will do whatever it takes to raise the level and grab the next opportunity. I'll do whatever it takes to communicate with confidence. I will not shy away. I'll not just hesitate. I will speak up, come what may. It's enough. I'll do it for myself and for my family. Say this out there. Yes, I'll do it for myself and for my family. Write this down in capital letters in your notebook, folks. It will be a reminder for you. Anytime you feel like, oh, what's the point of doing it? Oh, it's okay. No. It's your duty to do it for yourself and for your family, my dear friends. All right. Moving on. We talked about the 4 aspects to avoid sounding boring. Now, the last step is to not look awkward. That's about body language. How many of you are keen to know how do you work on body language? This is the first thing which anyone sees. Before you even say anything, your sound, your words, they come later on. The first thing is how you are dressed up or how you show up using your hand gestures, body language overall. Now, hands can be your best friends or biggest enemies if you do not know how to use your hands. Now, some of us will keep our hands like this. They'll keep their hands inside their pocket when they are presenting, and that is not giving the right signal at all. Some of us will protect our private parts while standing, or will cross, or while presenting, or will cross the arms while presenting. Again, not a healthy sign. Some of us will keep our hands behind the back. Again, not a healthy way. So we do not know what to do with our hands. Do you wish to know how to use these hands? Yes? Watch me carefully. So I'll use a mic over here so that the audio is clear. Now, supposedly, that's how. Okay. Sounds good. Check. Sounds good. Am I audible at the end? Okay. Now, option number 1, as we saw, maybe in the pockets or behind the back. No. Rather, you keep your hands by your side or in the steeple position like this, right? You say, welcome everyone. It's an absolute delight to be here this morning. That's one way of saying it. Other one is, hello everyone. I'm very happy to be here. Welcome everyone. No. Welcome everyone. It's an absolute delight to be here this morning. My hands are complementing what I'm saying. My hands are in sync with what I say. That's the power of your hands. Clear? Makes sense? Oh yes. Then, watch this out. One moment. Oops. The mic has to be adjusted again. Over here, if you look at the screen, you see some commonality. Do you see that? There's something advanced. To build a rapport, you have to copy the body language of the other person. If you're going for networking, maybe your clients, maybe someone else, you need to copy the body language. It's called as mirroring. The technique is called as mirroring. Are we getting it? The technique is called as mirroring, where you imitate, you copy the body language, right? Now, how it works, we all have mirror neurons. We have our neurons which will copy the other person, and the person feels more connected. right? So there was this like keynote session which I did for KPMG, and after my keynote session at KPMG, there was a photo session, and you see some individuals together in the bottom left, right? Whom do you find more confident in appearance? LRM, left, right, middle. Yes, okay. Majority of you say the middle guy looks to be more confident. Just the appearance, right? Without knowing their background, it's just that you see someone and you guess, okay, he appears to be more confident. You see, that's the power of body language. To let you know, one of them is the CEO of KPMG. One of them is the CHRO, the HR officer. And one of them is a partner from the Europe. Now, when I was asked to be in the frame, I used mirroring as a technique. I copied the body language of the person next to me to give him a feel that yes, we're from the same school of thought, to connect with him, to make him feel that yes, we're from the same place. I copied his body language. Else, even I would have taken the steeple position by keeping my hands over here or keeping my hands by my side. Clear? The same thing over here. Again, do you see the mirroring part of it? Do you see mirroring? The head inclination. Do you see that? Inclination. So you can use these techniques. This will give you a lot of advantage to connect with people. Now, watch me carefully. Hands are clear to you. You can use a power position, which I should like to show to you, or by your side. The second one is face. Now, face conveys a lot of things about you. A lot of things. For example, your smile. Yes, your smile. Some of us have a constipated smile. They're like, I'm like, please smile. Please smile. Why? Because it doesn't look nice. You know, I'm a corporate professional. I'm an executive. Yes, I know, my dear. You work with big companies. I know that. Are you talking to robots or human beings? Human beings. And human beings have emotions, right? So it's your duty that when you communicate, just you will like tell me, in this entire session, I could have talked with a flat face like this. I'm very excited with this masterclass, and the next 2 hours you will have a lot of fun with me. And my face looks blank. There is no smile. There is no movement, and I have a flat face. Do you see a difference? Do you see a difference, folks? That along with the voice, it's the face as well that communicates a lot of things. And that's the reason I was able to hold your attention. So in case of smile, there is no rocket science. Everyone, right hand over here. Everyone. Left hand over here. Ready? The science of smiling. Take your right hand over here. 90 degrees. Left hand, 90 degrees. Closer. Yes. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's that easy. There's no NASA-backed research over here. You can simply smile. Just release the tension, my dear friends. You will bring smiles on the face of your team members. Now, understand, how does the face work? This is something which I've researched as a public speaker. I have been studying a lot about how our hormones work, how neuroscience works, and how it impacts our facial muscles. For example, eyes, right? We did discuss about how do you look at people from pause and pan. That's one great way. Other is you have this area, the little triangle area, where you can have a look for the eye contact. If you look above this area, it disconnects. If you look below this area, not healthy. So, but don't go like this, that yes, Devas told me in the masterclass to look like this. No, it's in this area, a slow transition between from one eye to the other eye, right? And next is about your eyebrows. Eyebrows are powerful. I'm sure nobody will talk because nobody will talk about it because they don't know it. As a research, I found that your micro gestures like eyebrows say a lot of things. For example, if I say, good to see you, versus good to see you. Do you see a difference? Just by one slight difference, you feel like, oh my God, he means what he says. Option number 1, good to see you. Option number 2, good to see you. You see that? Body language. Body language. Next is body balance. I'm sure you have all heard of Shakira. Shakira said, hips don't lie. And she was right. Hips do not lie. But for some of us, hips do lie. Because when we present, we don't know how to balance ourselves. Let me show you. How do you do that? So for example, if you have to balance yourself, some of us will move like this. So as you all can see over here, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4. And as you can see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So don't go from left to right. Your body weight should be equally balanced on both your hips, not like this and this and this and this and this and this. Are we clear? Your body weight should be equally balanced on both your hips. Clear? Next, it's about your shoulders and about your chest. Now, whenever you have to present or sit, your shoulders should be pulled backwards. They are pulled backwards, right? Your chest is outwards. That's how you sit. That's how you stand, right? Now, this is for everyone, irrespective of whether you are a male or a female, because I've heard this. I get a lot of these questions. There was, what about the females? Are we also supposed to stand the same way? I'm like, why not? Just because we have some male monsters in our society around us who say, hey, you are a female, you cannot stand like this. You need to have this body language. Why, my dear? You deserve to be seen. You are as confident as your male counterpart is. Let the society not dictate you. All the ladies out here, do we get that mindset? Do you get that? Again, internal communication. It's because of this, your conditioning, that makes you feel like, no, I'm okay. Why not? Why not? Because your thought over here will be visible through your body language. So yes, like stand firm. If someone has an evil eye, God bless him. That will not stop me from standing the way I'm supposed to stand. Make sense? Everyone out here? How psychology impacts your body language. If a man has an insecurity, God bless him. You don't stop yourself, lady. Boom. We'll have some fun, folks. We'll have some fun. I want all of you to sit up straight. Sit up straight. And the next 60 seconds, we'll have some fun. You'll do exactly what I do and get going. Are you ready? Come on, give me a heads up, folks. Give me a heads up. We're going to have a lot of fun together. So let's do it. Do it. Change. Do it. Oh yes. Change. Do it. Change. Move it. Oh, go. Boom. How is the energy? How is the josh? Do you feel charged? Do you feel pepped up? That yes, boom, 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 boom. Come on, come on, come on. Give me a heads up. Yes, you feel charged up. You feel pepped up. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Boom, boom, boom. This is incredible. This is incredible. This is incredible. You see, in just 60 seconds, your state of energy went from here to here. Motion leads to emotion. Understand this. Before your presentation, your meeting, your interview, you go to washroom, lock yourself up, look straight into the mirror, and Boom, 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 boom. Shake yourself, move yourself. It's a great hack. It's a great hack. The great speakers from the world, they do this. I still do that. Before any session, offline, online, I would go in that peak state of energy and then I communicate. Do you get this? That's how it works. That's where the energy comes from. Makes sense? Makes sense to everyone. Oh, yes. And the last part in the puzzle is about your legs. Where do you place your legs, your stance? Now, as I did share with you, you stand straight. You stand straight. And also, the gap between your legs is as per your shoulder width. Not too wide, not too narrow. It's as per your shoulder width. Are we clear? Are we clear? Some of us like squeeze themselves when they speak up, when they present. And I don't want you to do that the same thing. Are we clear, folks? Oh yes, boom, 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 boom. This is incredible. I love that. I love that. I love that. There's something magical about this batch. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. And you see, one of my mentees, Nilesh, he gave his first presentation in front of 70 people without any stage fear and fumbling, and he got noticed. He got the visibility. And I want you to rock the stage. I want you to rock the stage. Oh, yes. So, what have we learned? What have we discussed? Well, we talked about the 3 secrets to overcome fear of being judged. I'm not yet done, folks. I still have 20 minutes, 30 minutes with you. I'm not yet done with you. We talked about the 3 secrets to overcome fear of being judged. And then we talked about, I broke down the 3 strategies which will help you not to go blank when you speak. I also talked about the 4 techniques to avoid sounding boring, and not just this, the hacks to not look awkward. Yes. I've broken down these elements in detail. If you had to use one word to describe the experience so far, to describe the communication masterclass, what would that be? Put it in the chat section. I'm not done with you, my dear friends. What would be that one word to describe the communication masterclass? What would that be? Put it in the chat section. I want all of you to type it. Oh my God. Awesome. Worth the time. Just wow. New learning. Hit the nail. Paisa Vasool. Okay. Thanks for the amazing class. We're not yet done, my dear friends. No words to express. Learning energetic. Full of energy. Amazing. Insectful. Brilliant. Thank you so much. God bless. God bless. God bless. Not yet done. Not yet done. Oh yes. Give me some new words. Love you. Okay. Fantabulous. Interesting. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Amazing. New public speaking. That's interesting. Thank you so much. I wanted to really take a moment and understand, has this been worth your time, the last 2 hours that you invested with me? Has this been worth your money? Is it worth your time and money invested so far? Yes. Has this given you new direction for you to start working on yourself? Yes. Has it opened new dimensions for you to work on? Yes. Well, that's the objective. While I have given you massive value, can I also tell you another truth? Can I also tell you another truth? Well, here's the truth. Most people who go out of here, understand this. Most people who go out of here will not be able to speak with confidence, will not be able to speak with clarity, and will remain stuck in their career and life. I'm not being cynical. I am not being cynical, folks. It's a sad reality for some of us. In Hindi, we say, there are some like dukhi atma, that no matter what you do, they will still remain where they are. Because you do not know the right way to practice. You do not know the right environment to practice. You do not have the right platform to practice. Yes or no? How many of you agree that no implementation is equal to no results. Yes. So let me ask you something. Would you be open if I tell you that you and I can work together for the next 1 month and actually implement in just 15 minutes a day? In just 30 days, we actually overcome fear of being judged. We actually avoid going blank while speaking. We actually avoid sounding boring. We actually avoid not looking awkward. Would you be open to give 15 minutes a day to implement this stuff? Yes. So listen, if this is good for you, listen if you think this is worth your time and money. If you think you don't want to take a chance, you need the skills to speak confidently, fluently in front of your colleagues, your bosses, your clients, customers, the skills to earn money through public speaking, the skills to impress anyone and not just learn, you want to sit and do, so it's done. Can I invite you to my first class speaker program? Now, am I selling you something here? Yes, I am. Buy it if it makes sense. Don't buy it if it doesn't make sense, but listen to it. Now, let me break it down for you. What is it? How it works? What's the investment? And all those questions, I'll answer it. Clear? Pay attention, take those details, and then take an informed decision, because I know one thing for very sure, that when you practice and implement in this way, you see results. Sounds good? Have a look. Now, the first class speakers is having a 30 days public speaking challenge where every single day you get a new topic and a script for reference. On this topic, you will record a 2-minute video on the given topic. You'll be told how to do that. It's a very simple process. Don't worry. Then you will upload that video in a private Facebook group. You will have access to one group where you will upload the video. Number 4, you will get feedback on your video. Yes, this is going to be a game changer for you, where you get where you're going wrong, right? And lastly, you repeat the process for the next 30 days. That's it. That's it. That's it. Simple goal, 30 topics, 30 scripts, 30 feedbacks. One goal, confident you. In? Are you in with this? Come on, give me a heads up. Clear? Now, how this process of recording helps you become more confident. Have a look. Now, this is one of my students who applied the same learning. Just see the transformation in voice and confidence. This is a day 2. I want you to rate her on a scale of 10. How much will you rate her on a scale of 10?
Human being mind is designed to look into the negative aspects of the situation rather than the positive ones.
On a scale of 10.
The reason being,
low on confidence, the voice speaks for itself. Day 29, let's check her out.
Hello tribe members, and a very good afternoon to all of you. I hope all of you are having a very productive day today. So the topic for today's discussion is...
You see that? More expressive, more lively, more energetic, more confident on screen. It's a visible thing. I will not recommend you to practice in front of the mirror. No. You'll practice in this fashion so that you can see your journey from day 1 to day 30. Feedback, improve, feedback, improve, feedback, improve, and boom. Are we clear with this? Next, in this one, there is no audio. You can see a visible thing. There is no audio over here. You can just see the body language, that how someone appears on camera. Have a look. You can yourself see on a scale of 10, how will you rate him? Do you see that? He's not comfortable with his hands, expressions, facial muscles. Yes? Look over here, day 30. He's more controlled, more balanced, more organized. Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh, yes. That's the body language, right? Next. See the transformation overall. That's like day 1 video.
Hello, amazing tribe members. I wish you all a very happy Christmas. Today is a very special day for me because I have started my new journey by uploading my very first video on this group.
Do you see that? And now, afterwards, the transformation, he has changed completely.
Invented by men and perfected by women. this is a popular quote for a particular sport.
Makes sense? Are we clear? Right? The first class speakers, the program, a 30-day challenge, 30 days, 30 scripts, 30 feedbacks, one goal, confident you. There are many success stories I can share with you indefinitely. I'll quickly show you a glimpse of it. I'll give you an idea. What am I hinting at? Have a look. And then we go to the next part of it. Yes, you see this? That's a group, it's a private group, and you will document your journey and become better and better and better. People from all walks of life, doctors, lawyers, engineers, senior people, junior people, various parts of the country. You find all of them over here. Are we clear? Are we clear, folks? Give me a heads up that yes, it's clear, Devas. Awesome. Awesome. Let's go back. There are like thousands of people who have seen transformation in their lives by following this process. Moving on. The next thing, please make a note. The second thing that you get as a part of this program is the 2 days live boot camp. Now, what is it? On 16th and 17th of March, the upcoming Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., we'll meet live. You will be live on camera with me. Like today, you're not on the camera, but in those 2 days, you'll be live on camera with me. 7 p.m. to like 9 p.m., 2 days. What we'll cover in these 2 days, please have a look. On day one, I'll talk about how do you develop those communication skills like the top 1% leaders have, and that will give you that edge to earn a 7 to 8 figure of income in your career. Not just this, what techniques can you use so that you get that visibility, get that recognition, get that appraisal, get that promotion, get that special bonus for yourself. The 3 most powerful techniques. And I'll talk about my 4S framework, which I used to make 6+ crores in 1 year. I'll share all of that with you on that day. That if you plan to monetize your skill, how do you do that? Are we clear with day 1 agenda? Are we clear? Just type in C for clear. Great. Day 2. On day 2, we'll talk about, I'll break down my keynote speech, for which I charged more than 1 lakh rupees. I'll give the entire breakdown of how do you give that speech, the structure of it, the delivery of it, everything in detail on that day. Also, the step-by-step method to deliver a TEDx level talk. I've given like 5 talks so far. I plan to give 3 in the next month. I'll be sharing with you how do you deliver a TEDx level talk. And lastly, advanced public speaking for business and career success. Are we clear? Lastly, we'll have a weekly Q&A. Every Sunday at 4 p.m. for the next 1 month, you'll have access to me, where whatever question you have, you'll ask me over there in that live Q&A at 4 p.m. Sounds good? So all those who are signing up today, you'll be a part of the Q&A as well. The first class speakers, along with the 2 days live boot camp, along with the weekly Q&A, the total investment worth rupees 40,000. The offer that you get today is just 40.